Hello, I am Stephen Redding, speaking more on the message of something more, that there's so much before us and that which we belong to is much broader than longer than most of us have been led to believe or understand. I would like to speak how it is that we are in this world and time, but that we are not alone here. That in fact that we do represent so many beings that came before us and are now, if you will, standing in for them on the vessel of earth on life's deck. But how the grand wisdom and the comfort and the passion of those that preceded us has not forever left us. This might be difficult to understand or believe. So I would like to go back to one of those early experiences where I found myself in the grasp of death and yet was somehow protected and returned to this world. In part, I believe, to be this messenger, to bring this way of seeing life to the world in which I belong, the world which I love deeply. So how is it that we are not alone? Well, it's my understanding that alongside of the world of form and time, there are other realities that adhere to this world and are separated by way of frequencies. Perhaps, in effect, occupied by phantoms. And indeed I found such a reality. I was lost in a blizzard at age 9 and subsequently found it after breaking through a river, frozen to a farmer's fence in such a way that to release me in the early evening hours, he literally cut his woven wire so that he could take my frozen hands and take that chunk of ice into his wood stove, whereupon he called the state police and they found my parents. And when I woke up, I was a very different person with a much deeper knowing. Because at the point I had passed through the ice, the thin ice over the river, I had entered another realm where I was protected. And that's the words my mother used, and she always used them in these cases. When somebody would say, well, how did he live? And my mother would say, well, he gained some protection. Well, that was incredible. Because as I entered that realm, I heard a familiar voice, which turned out to be my Uncle Bobby, who was indeed my grandfather, who had recently left this world. I also met Aunt Gertrude there, who had left a few years earlier. And as I looked down this very subdued space, I saw more beings and heads than I could count. So I was there at the very front of this space and being taught, being scolded for attempting to cross that river. But in that time, I gained understanding that has become clearer and clearer as one year has led into another. And other such edge experiences, as I have called them, has added to the mosaic. And it has spoken to me in a way that I believe I can speak to you. So this other realm of other beings is but one of many realities, separated by not much space indeed, very close to ours. And it's important as you begin to open windows and doors that you distinguish the difference. Friendly phantoms and friendly realities tend to have qualities of warmth, comfort, and familiar voices. If the smell is bad, if it feels cold and icy, change the picture. Get up, move. As you receive the unusual, early on, you may indeed be opening doors to worlds you're not going to be particularly happy about. Because not everyone's life has been successful. Some have thrown their life away. But in this realm of which I entered, in this place which I refer to as the realm of the Benginers, and Benginers meaning literally that these beings have the longer view of life, have understood the beginning and still remember how it is. Their world, my friends, was somehow lost to them. As they stated it, the weight of night crushed them, and they were barely able to adhere to the world of earth. But now they offer us great assistance in times of need, be they little or small. If a man shows up on a highway or points and gives you direction, and you offer him a tip and they won't take it, it may have been a beginner. but they have this slippery function of sliding in and out of realities. And they are there, and in one way or another, you have probably already been touched by them. But no, it wasn't your imagination, and you're not seeing things. In fact, you were opening doors and beginning that wondrous exploration of the much more of life. Thank you. There's more on this on StephenRedding.com. Thank you.